Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with the World Wrestling Federation Superstars of Wrestling Review Series for the 22nd of February 1991. Bret Hart, who eventually, as of WrestleMania, will become a Intercontinental Champion again in an enhancement match here. Hart with a shoulder tackle and a clothesline on his adversary for the moment. Hits a vertical suplex on the backbreaker, then the sharpshooter, and obviously a submission victory for the Hitman. We go into the update where more talk is done about Justice and Hulk Hogan being a big deal. Obviously, the war between the two of them, the talk that this could be the end for Hulk Hogan, or at least some of it. Anyway, Tatanka in for his next challenge, a much simpler challenge than Pat Tanaka last week, as just a local enhancement talent. Drop kick, vertical leap style by Tatanka. Tatanka with a top rope chop and working over the arm a bit. Eventually does get the inverted Samoan drop and a victory for himself. Again, we move now to the main event of the upcoming in 1 week match at the Boston Garden. This time, Sid Justice against and Ric Flair against Hogan and Piper. Piper doesn't seem to be worried about anything. He's still saying he's better than Flair. Hogan seems betrayed by Sid Justice and the difficulties that he has had with Justice. At the time, basically says, he promised to stand by him and didn't keep his promise. Hogan betrayed by so many friends over the years. Think about it. Betrayed by Paul Orndorff, Randy Savage, Sid Justice. Almost betrayed by Tugboat, if you believe what could have happened there. Loose alliance with the Ultimate Warrior that doesn't last. Hogan has a lot of trouble keeping friends. Anyway, IRS out next. He has virtually no friend, if any at all. And he is there, though, with a new tag team partner who is his probably one friend, the $1 Million Man. Formation of Money Incorporated here, needing some heel tag teams, and so putting together two guys who work together well. DiBiase with a big clothesline tag off to Irwin. Irwin, of course, a major star in the 84-85 era, as one half of the U.S. Express with Barry Windham. He comes back here. Backbreaker by DiBiase. DiBiase happy with his decisions. Tag off to Irwin R. Shyster, and still DiBiase holding on to the $1 Million belt after even this match. Big power slam by DiBiase. DiBiase always happy when he can get a potential victory, and does with the $1 Million Dream. Here we see The Undertaker talking about the upcoming matches and the upcoming wonder of WrestleMania. Speaking of WrestleMania, there is a hot tickets version of WrestleMania, kind of a recap of everything that's been done thus far. Hogan and Justice versus Sid. Hogan and Sid versus each other. Savage and Flair. And now Hart and Piper, family members, cousins, acknowledged. Hogan again with an inset promo for WrestleMania 8, talking about this being maybe his last match. Also talking about the betrayal of the Hulkamaniacs. Justice betraying him all the way back to SummerSlam of last year when he posed beside him. And now Hogan sees that as a betrayal of some sort. Anyway, Hogan carries on. Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect talk about Savage being the guy. Flair talks about being a bigger man than Savage, better man than Savage, and they start to hint that they have information around the idea of issues that Savage has created for himself. We then go back to Saturday night's main event on Fox. The match between Savage and Jake Roberts is clipped to heck. Savage here manages to fight with Roberts. This is much more a brawl, going after the throat and punching Jake as hard as he can. That kind of thing. Send him into the buckle with a reverse knee. Savage, much more a fighter here, manages to. They go to the outside. Snake takes over on him on the outside, sends him into the post, and Savage having a good deal of difficulty defending himself during that phase. Um, Roberts telling the referee to trust him, probably not the best idea. Savage sends Jake over the top rope again with a backdrop to the floor. Savage again goes to the outside and continues to fight, grabs the bell, crushes the larynx of Jake Roberts, doesn't really care about the match, just cares about the punishment. And then we go to the back area where Jake Roberts is waiting for Elizabeth to cross through, threatens her with a steel chair, and ultimately The Undertaker steps in, takes the chair, says he's not on Roberts' side anymore. Well, it shows he's not on Roberts' side anymore. We will see that develop over the weeks to come to set up a Jake Roberts and Undertaker match for WrestleMania. But we go back to the main event center, and Duggan and Slaughter talking about their match, and DiBiase and Santana set to lock up in a week at the Boston Garden. Continues to be a big deal, and we'll be back with more right after this.